Good afternoon, everybody. How you doing? It's wee Paddy from across the shock, and you've seen by the title, another rabbit hole. And there just seems to be countless rabbit holes you can end up going down when you start in this knife hobby. You start out with the sole intention of collecting knives. I'd never used a sheath until I became a knife collector, or a knife, whatever you want to call me. And now it's just another one. You've got your EDC things, you've got all sorts that goes in with beads, all just everything. You can go down a rabbit hole, and my rabbit hole at the minute is pocket sheaths. I think I have probably about 40, and and I can't throw them out. I can't get rid of them for some strange reason. I'm stuck with playing with them. But what started this video? Sorry, I just knocked that again. Is this beautiful pocket slip? And I have my little LT Right Frontier, which is a tiny little knife. It's only just a 3-finger knife, but a beautiful little EDC knife. And I've been trying to, as you know, if you follow the channel, I'm starting to use this more and more as an in pocket. And I don't know anybody who makes Kydex sheaths, but I had this one and I've been saving this one. This one was made by HS EDC over here in the UK. He'll post anywhere, by the way. But this is this is leather work, sewn on to the back of a leather slip that he made. I love these slips because they don't fall over in the pocket because of this flat bottom. And it's just one reason why I like it. You'll see some more of his here. But I'll mention them as I go along. There's about 3 UK makers here. I'll put their names down in the description, and you go on their Instagram channels. Some of them have Etsy channels. You can go onto them from that site. But it's just to let you know. Look at that. Is that not just stunning? It's beautiful. And I thought today, I haven't been using this for anything for whatever reason. It just seemed too good. I know, it's madness. We buy knives that are beautiful and then don't use them because they're too good. Pocket slips. I'm a weirdo. But anyhow, I got this today, and I put this inside it just to see what it was like to carry in. And it's absolutely beautiful. It really is just such a lovely carry to slip into your pocket, but it's also lovely to take out. Non-threatening. You wouldn't know it's a little tiny knife, a little tiny bit of leather. So it's perfect. But I just thought I would use this. But what I did do, because I don't want it poking out through this beautifully welted end, I cut a little bit of leather, a little strip of leather. It's 3mm leather I've got there, and I just cut a strip off it and shoved it right down the bottom. It was only about this wide, and shoved it right down the bottom of it. So when I put my knife in here, oh, see, it's nice and tight. That's what's good about it. It's tight. And my knife just pokes into the leather at the bottom. I can change it if it starts to feel as if it's loosening, but it's nice. You can just push the knife in. Now, I don't mean jam it in. I just push it in, and it just makes it completely lovely to sit in that there sheath. So really happy with that. And I thought, well, what other sheaths do I like? I've got into, I don't know if you follow me on Instagram, you probably don't see them a lot on the channel, but this is a beautiful one. I got this with a reasonably cheap knife I think I bought from Congi's knife sales. And this was part of the knife. This came with the knife. He had bought it privately. Look at that beautiful owl there. And on the back you have the owl. What a gorgeous slip. This is sort of slip that I would love any makers to make something that's just that little bit different, the yellow stitch in the brown. But I actually use this for my number 15 size. That's a boy size penknife, about 3.5 inches. This just happens to be a really lovely one. And this is a Northwoods, beautiful knife. Sorry, my number 15. It's the number 15 size with that beautiful Warncliffe. But it's a real fancy knife, and having the fancy sheath just makes it even more special. And it's small, it sits in my pocket beautifully. Everyday carries, this is the sort of thing I like. This one's from DL. What's DL? Dark Arts Leather. Couldn't think of the name. Dark Arts Leather. He makes a beautiful sheath. I love his because he has the little hole at the bottom here on either side, and it's just lovely. It's flat, so it sits at the bottom of your pocket nicely as well. But this is blue, and I love the colours. I've put this in with a multicoloured knife because how friendly does that look? When you take this knife out of there, this just happens to be another beautiful GEC dog leg, but It just sits in there, and what a lovely way to bring your knife out. How non-threatening is that? And it's not a case of not even wanting to scare people. It just makes a pleasant experience for me. Never mind the people. This is a pleasant experience to bring it out in public. And how's that going to frighten anybody? Do you know, it's just not. So there is sort of knives that you can take about. Here's one. I've had this for donkeys, and I've only just started using it. I got this in Heine Haynes to make up a number one day. I think they still do them. Lovely little wallet, a side draw. And it's made not specifically for it, but any pattern that's the size of a canoe. This just happens to be the Queen Canoe by Rough Rider. It fits perfectly into there. So I hear people saying, oh, I don't want to have to pull my knife in and out of my pocket. Well, there you go. Put this side belt on the front of your man trousers, and you can just literally pull it out and put it back in again so easily without having to go into pockets. You know, if you're working and you're going to use your knife frequently, how super is that? But yet I bought it years ago, and I'm only now starting to find ways of using it. But this is just super. And honestly, it was under £10 for this on Heine Haynes. Go and check them and see if they have any of them. This is another one I've been using more frequently now. This is the lion steel. You get the lion steel with the strong magnet, and it is a strong magnet in the back of it. And if you're using your knife a lot, I have my new big Ashley Harrison custom that Justin got for me. Just a lovely knife, but what a lovely sheath. Just happen to have a blue one. They come in brown as well, and I think black even. But you can just clip this over your belt. You don't have to take your belt off. Just clip it over, or even into the waistband of your trousers if you don't wear a belt. And there, your knife's handy. It's there all the time if you want to get it out. Super. So I don't know whether anybody else has this affliction with with pocket slips. I mean, I'm loving them. I got this the other week, right? This is such a simple fold over, but look how well this sheath is put together. This is just by a fella who follows my channel. He's not a leather worker or a leather maker, but he makes them for himself and for friends. And I am so happy that he thought I was a friend enough that he sent it to me from a channel. And this fits this lovely odd-shaped dog leg from Jack Wolf's Knives, the K9. It is absolutely lovely. And for another couple of my Jack Wolf's Knives, it's beautiful. Just a snug fit, lovely, slim, nice. And I'm starting to like the fold over much more than I had in the past. Here's another fold over. This is £10.95. He doesn't do slips anymore now. He was a fella, he has a job, and he was doing these just for extra money, and he stopped for a while. Now he said he's going to come back, and if he does, I'll let you know. But again, there you go. There's my Pena X, my little beauty. But a lovely slip, and whoever had this before me, I got this slip with something else, and oh my gosh, it is so supple. So I'm going to start getting into leather care. That's my next hole that I'll go down, is getting all my sheaths lovely and pliable like that, because I really enjoy it. There's HX Outdoors. No, not HX Out. HSEDC, for goodness sake, Stephen. And again, this is just one of them lovely wallets that he makes with a square bottom. I have my Arthur Wright and Son Barlow in there. Lovely knife, lovely sheath for it. I cannot. My teeth are definitely not fitting right. But I mean, to go from these and then to go to something simple. This was Ryan Curtis. I got this, it must be 2 years ago, when Ryan was first starting out. And somebody else had talked to me about it because he does the leather work for the Small Shed Designs takedown tray that I've got, the wooden one. You can go back and look at that, the best takedown tray you'll ever get. But he does the leather work for the top of that. And I went back and checked his channel, and he's been going about 2 years. My God, what a difference. He has got some beautiful wallets, leather work. He's got to where he needed to be. Absolutely super. So I'm going to check him out again now, and I'm going to buy some of his now and see what they're like. But what a beautiful, this is a little knife there. I put my pen in and my torch, and that's it. I throw this in my left pocket. I just think it's super. Weighs nothing, goes in my pocket. Keeps the two of them handy. Oh, for goodness sake. I am definitely destructible. Keeps it, but it's dead simple. It's a simple little slip You can put a little chain on if you wanted to hang it in your pocket. It's just lovely. And what's that? That's the last two. Here's one. This is, again, this one's from 1095. Look, there's all knife makers that make these similar products out there, but the more original ones, I'm starting to look for more and more. But this is a big one, and this carries my super huge, big GEC. I'm going to look at number 43. Fantastic big knife. This is a full 4 fingers, and if you're from Newtownards in Northern Ireland, you can get all 6 fingers on there. But just a beautiful, beautiful big knife. But I've never, I got this for another knife, and this just fits it perfectly, and it goes with the colour off it. I have a little lanyard on there. Lovely big working knife to have with you. It's UK legal, but it's just a big working knife. And the last but not least, I really do need to go to the dentist, is this lovely Jack Wolf knives. And again, this is colour coordinated. I'm now coordinating all my colours with my slips. It's really freaky, isn't it? But look at that. Isn't that just beautiful? And the pleasure I get out of having this beautiful knife, but also a lovely slip to put it in, finishes off the knife. Do you know what I mean? It really does finish off your knife. This hobby's mad enough, but when you start to get into all these little side hobbies, the rabbit hole, I mean, I don't need to buy another pocket slip for 4 lifetimes. Do you know what I mean? I've got about 40 there, but I do love the more unusual ones, and ones that are gifts that people have. They're not leather workers, but they like doing leather work. And to get this one just blew me over the top. That has just, I'm not even looking for Kydex anymore. This is what this knife is going to stay in. I just think it is gorgeous. And I suppose I could actually even get a pen down in there. Oh, I am so sorry for my clumsiness. I think I might be pregnant. Anyway, Paddy is away for a cup of tea, and the video is 12 minutes. There you are. Broke it already. Take care. Bye-bye now.